Hello everyone, welcome to Gossip with CD. So guys, let's go to Cape Town Parliament where they are busy grilling people that have no business being in the positions that they are in. And of course, as you already know, in South Africa, cadre deployment is one of the contributors of corruption in South Africa. Now, you can see with the video that I'm going to be playing you right now of a lady who has no business being in the position she is in the higher institution of learning. She knows nothing about connectivity. She knows nothing about computers. And she asks a question that is asked, or she echoes the question that is asked as if she's a 5-year-old who just got caught in with the hand in a cookie jar. What kind of nonsense is this, guys? What kind of nonsense? And I will tell you where this nonsense is coming from. It's coming from your vote. You the one who vote for this, and as a result, who suffers? Your children when they go to these institutions of higher learning. I mean, not so long ago, a Nigerian lecturer deliberately failing South African students. Deliberately. You know, I have a cousin who would always come back home with like bad results. It wasn't like it was a fail, but it was borderline failure, but you kind of like made it. And some of those homework that we would do and assignments, I would assist, and I would be very sure that at least they're going to come back home with a distinction or at least an 85%, like an A plus type of situation. And then they come home with 51%. And you're like, wait a minute. So what I had decided to do, I had decided to take her paper and have it externally marked. Tell me why when the paper is externally marked, the marks are higher. As a matter of fact, they are what I expected to be. 85 to 8, well, 85 is a distinction, by the way, but 85 and above. And then we came to realize that the lecturer does not like South African girls. You know why he doesn't like South African girls that do not want to lay on their back for him for marks? Because they are bringing the same dirt that they do wherever they come from, and they are bringing it to South Africa. And I am telling you, the South African education system in the higher learning is going to deplete, not deplete per se, it's going to diminish. So much so that our degrees are going to get questioned by international communities. And I'm glad this is now coming out, and it is because of people like this lady in this video.
How much money have you fundraised towards internet connectivity within the labs?
Connectivity. Unless we can put the analysis up so that I can then talk.
What do you mean analysis? Like, you should know. Do you have any partnership that in your job in the last 2 weeks that you have formed with any private sector or any company to ensure that there's connectivity on campus to improve internet access? Yes or no?
No.
You haven't. So have you done any sort engagements with computers for computer accesses?
Yes.
Okay, how many computers were you able to get in the last 2 years?
Into the institution?
I mean, surely not in your house, Mama.
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
Yeah.
Now tell me how she got this job. Tell me how did she get this job when she is echoing a simple question. Now I'm questioning her qualifications herself. What nonsense is this? And I've been watching a lot of exposés of CEOs as well as vice chancellors of institutions of higher learning. We are going to be seeing more. But at the end of the day, I do not blame these people 100%. I blame us, the voters. When are we going to begin to see that our excitement when your favorite politician comes to your house knocking on your door and drinking coffee from the same cup you drink in, and then you go and you vote for them, and then you'll never see them again? The ripple effect, it is dire. It affects your children most of all, because this is what they have to face. When in South Africa, institutions of higher learning should and must have Wi-Fi connection or internet connection. Let's put it that way. Must, because they are institution of research. They are institutions where you sharpen your mind. So now this lady, connectivity for this is a human right. Internet connection is a human right. And she cannot answer. She cannot answer. Yeah, this is the caliber of people that are custodians for your children's future. They're the ones who are supposed to be opening this darkness into light so that they are able to fly and soar and become successful out there in the world. But no, they're not interested. Now, the question is, what happened to the money? What happened to the money for internet connectivity? What happened to the money for those computers? What else that is happening on her campus that not supposed to be happening? Not long time ago, when all these illegal stuff going on in South Africa, and I would ask a question, how many are in our government departments? How many of them are in our universities? Now it's getting revealed. And I hope there are going to be criminal consequences at the end of the day. It cannot just be we expose them and then we leave it like that. No. Public funds were squandered irregularly. Maybe some of these funds, they bought these officials some beautiful cars and they live in beautiful and expensive suburbs and they eat at Woolies. I'm sorry for laughing, but I'm just thinking about how petty this sounds. But if you look at it, money that belongs to the public has been spent. The children of this particular institution, they are not getting quality education. And probably they even have a lecturer that comes from another country who hates South African students and failing them deliberately. It looks like now when our kids get a result from a lecturer that they all know is not from here, we need to go for external marking. And that is money spent, by the way. Then they don't come free. Unless you know a lecturer of another university that teaches the same subject. Because that's what I did with my cousin. I was like, hey, I know this professor. Let's go get your paper marked there. And when I got there, the professor's like, well, for my time, I'm going to need X amount of money. And we understood that and we paid it. So that means now you're going to have to spend extra cash just so you are sure that indeed you did fail. Why are we being put through this? For what? For what? People, your vote. Your vote. I cannot emphasize this any more than I already have. Your vote is the one that is destroying this country. Until you and I understand that, then there's nothing that's going to be fixed. Nothing is going to be fixed. But at the end of the day, it's your future, it's your child's future, and the country's future. Don't leave the video without liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.